going on YouTube? Welcome back to episode 9 of the Predicting Player Future Moves segment on the channel. Going to give you a clue early doors. Burnley! That's my poor attempt of a Burnley accent, by the way. We're going to be talking about a Burnley player, but before we dive into that, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so and click that notification bell. You'll get notified every time there's a video uploaded to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about a man who does this. That's right, it's winger Dwight McNeil. Dwight McNeil is a Burnley player. He's had no previous clubs at senior level. However, he was at Manchester United as a youngster before getting released, and that's when Burnley snapped him up, so he's made his way through the academy system into the first team. So Dwight McNeil plays for Burnley as a left midfielder. He can often play on the right hand side, however he's just very much more effective on the left hand side. I think eventually he will turn out to be a centre midfielder. He does like to sort of tuck in quite narrow, allowing sort of the left full back, whether it be Charlie Taylor or at Peters, to sort of provide the width. Let's talk about some of Dwight McNeil's outstanding attributes. So I touched on it earlier on, his crossing ability is fantastic. For me, he's one of the best in the league when he's on the run and crossing as well. There's a lot of players who can cross the ball from a static position or a shift and then cross. He can do it whilst on a full run as well, and he's been really, really good at it. Doesn't surprise me either because of the way Burnley play. His balance and his dribbling skills, they kind of go hand in hand because he likes to sort of take players on and then create that yard and then cross the ball. Fantastic. His ball control is very, very good. Obviously, when you are going on these dribbles, the ball needs to be quite close to you. He's very left foot dominant. The other thing is his stamina is one thing that's sort of a little bit underrated. He does work hard for the team for the full 95 minutes. So Dwight McNeil is 21 years of age, very, very young age. He's had decent experience already for such a young player. He broke through in the first team sort of a couple of seasons ago and has been a mainstay in that team every time he has been fit. He's also English, which we'll touch on in terms of his price tag going forward. So we touched on it earlier. Dwight McNeil is a academy product of Burnley, so there was no purchase fee paid for him. I would say his current market value is 30 million, which is quite low, especially as he's a young player. However, he has not played in Europe, he's not played for England, which obviously naturally brings the price down. However, I think the more experience he does get, and if he does get a move, that price will increase. I'm not sure how soon he would make an appearance for England, just given the way he plays at Burnley. It probably would mean if he is going to get into the national team, he would have to, one, Burnley would have to change the way they play, or two, England would have to change their manager to a style that suits Burnley now, or three, Dwight McNeil would have to find a different club playing a different way that suits the way the national team plays. So yeah, I'm sort of valuing him at £30 million as it stands. So let's talk about my prediction for Dwight McNeil. As you can see in front of you, my prediction day and the time of recording is February 2021. I'm predicting the move date will happen summer transfer window of 2022, so just under 18 months away, and I'm predicting he's going to move for around £50 million. I think his numbers will just increase a little bit more. He doesn't get loads and loads for Burnley, just the way they play, but I think because he's such a young player who's only going to obviously gain more experience, he's also just going to get more exposure at Burnley as well, given that he's probably one of their best players, if not the best player. On top of that, I think he'll attract interest from some of the clubs who are possibly in Europa League. Might be the likes of Leicester, for example, Aston Villa, possibly even West Ham, the way this season's going. Obviously, potentially how next season goes as well. My prediction would be, if I'm going to really put my neck on the line, is he'll probably make a move to Leicester City, just because of Brendan Rodgers' his record with young players and the way he sort of develops them. So yeah, that is my prediction. Summer 2022 of around £50 million. There you have it, guys. Episode 9 completed of the Predicting Player Future Moves. It's Dwight McNeil of Burnley. God, my accent's awful. Burnley. Guys, if my Burnley accent's good, give it a thumbs up in the comment section below. Actually getting on to the video itself, do you agree with this player? Do you think he's at a Burnley level, or he's just going to set that level and maybe sort of move in around that level? Or do you think he can make that step up to a bigger club, i.e. a Leicester City, for example? And do you agree with the valuation as well? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Also, if you missed episode 8, there is a link in the description below. Please go and check that out. If you do like this type of video, please drop it a like and leave a comment for me as well. And hit the subscribe button. We'll see everyone next time.